Okay, well, welcome back, gentlemen. In our last thrilling adventure, our band of heroes valiantly continued their battle against the otherworldly xenomorph abominations that infested the treacherous train tunnels and caves leading to the dreaded Szara Gora concentration camp. But lo and behold, they also found themselves locked in a deadly showdown with a spine chilling extraterrestrial hunter known as the Predator, who seemed to relish in hunting down every creature lurking within the cave. With sheer determination and a fiery resolve, our heroes vanquished the xenomorphs, reducing them to ash. Their path, however, unveiled a rather ghastly revelation. A vile infestation had ensnared the camp on the other side of the mountain, threatening the lives of innocent prisoners of war. Bombshell, sensing the imminent peril, harnessed her electrifying powers, luring some of the xenomorphs away from the captives. But amidst this chaos, the heroes discovered a young lad named Max Eisenhart, possessing astonishing abilities of his own. Together, they obliterated the alien horde, and thanks to Bombshell's cunning distraction. In the wake of the merciless onslaught, Max divulged vital information to our heroes. The notorious Baron Zemo had recently departed from the camp. However, his malevolent wife, Hilda, had taken up his wicked experiments. Max had witnessed both Zemo and Hilda tampering from time to time with the nefarious Lament Configuration, divulging a few potential hiding spots within the camp. Guided by their unyielding determination, our heroes uncovered a photograph depicting an Asian gentleman clutching what appeared to be the Necronomicon. This shadowy figure was pictured at the Madripoor watering hole known as the Princess Bar. Eventually, our adventurers stumbled upon an old chapel nestled within the camp's walls, only to witness Hilda Zemo, naked and bloodied, hanging by chains from the rafters and conducting a summoning ritual of unspeakable horror. In her reckless pursuits, she met her own gory and cataclysmic demise, summoning 4 ghastly and macabre figures from the very depths of infernal damnation. And the demon with the face full of nails addressed the heroes thusly. "Our presence here is one born of greed. We have no quarrel with you, but our job is not yet finished. There is much suffering to be wrought. You will do well to stand out of our path. There is a stench of death to each of you. Should you stand in our way, we will gladly introduce you to the glories of suffering that so many have experienced. You will have all of eternity to drench yourself in the blood of those you have killed in service for your country. The witch that summoned us is but one cog in the wheel. We seek to punish the husband and to take the child born of their terrible lust-filled union." And those were the words that we ended upon.
Oh, do I know how old the recently aforementioned child is? Who's like an infant or someone who's actually capable of doing bad things?
You can make a reason feat and see if you can maybe recall.
No, I can't. I really can't, but I'll try. Yeah, I told you, no.
Yeah, no luck. Yeah, truthfully, I think it's even news to you that Zemo even had a family.
Wait a minute, Zemo's a daddy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's hard to.
Well, of course.
Like,
I mean, he wants an heir. You know he does.
That kid is definitely doomed. That is some skewed upbringing. Well, let's see here.
Well, looks like it's time for one more war orphan.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually roll for Bombshell just to be able to like handle this. Just
To be able
looking
to,
at these people, like I
holy
don't.
fuck.
Yeah, like I don't. Okay,
Nice. Solid.
all right. No, she's sternly dedicated and fierce.
Resolute.
Yep.
Okay, so Chris, I want to could I like maybe try an occult lore to see if I know anything about these creatures?
You can, yeah. Nope. And
No idea.
The one time he says I'm not spending karma.
I know. Well, I can't
And-
spend karma every single time.
if you'll recall, way back in London, when these things were kind of lined out to you by the bookstore, the occult bookstore owner, this was one of the ones that I think you were struggling with to begin with. It is fairly recent in its creation compared to the other items that you guys are looking for, and it was made by a French toy maker towards the late 1800s. So, in the whole grand scheme of things, this particular box is new. Now,
Not a lot of lore.
these creatures, it's hard to say, exactly how old they are, but they certainly exude a lot of terror just being in their presence.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to separate what I know about the box from what he might know. So, okay. So they want what before they?
What he is alluding to, Pinhead, is that they have claimed the essence of Hilda, but their job is not yet complete because they are now seeking the husband and the child that was formed of this unholy union.
They don't
Right.
belong here.
Yeah, I'm good with half of that, but deals are made. We all make
Also,
deals.
Yeah, they don't belong here, and I don't trust that they're gonna restrict their activities to Zemo. And yeah, no, that's
Yep.
not
No.
okay.
I'm good with that.
You
There's punishment and there's damnation, and I'm no agent of damnation.
well let the Almighty handle that. That's a way above our pay grade.
Did Mr. Arcane, did you tell the party what you know about these beings?
Yes, because I know nothing.
Mhm.
That was easy. Okay, so as they're standing there, he'll turn and whisper, well, or quietly say, not necessarily whisper, but quietly say, I'm unfamiliar, but I don't know that we can risk leaving them at large or taking their word.
I'll throw a quick opinion in. I say, let's see them do what they want to do with Xeno, and then recalibrate our actions according to what they do after that. And are they after the box as well? That's going to be our big decision there,
We
right?
can't let them loose.
I agree.
I kind of got the.
I mean,
feeling
look
that
at 'em.
Guys
Yeah,
like
I
this
agree. So-
aren't going to stop with just punishing the evil. They're gonna.
Right.
I mean, they said that we killed people in war. So enemy soldiers makes us evil.
Yeah.
That's a level of everyone is evil that you usually
Right.
only see with politicians.
So, I see the politician. Okay. All right. So he turns over his shoulder. keeping an eye on these. He would probably call them demons.
Mm-hmm.
So we fight.
I think so.
Okay.
The bombshell's actually going to speak up. And she's going to say, "You things don't belong here."
While she's talking, while she's, maybe distracting them, I'm casting a spell.
Okay.
And we can't let you loose on Earth. That's... You go back to where you came from, and he'll probably end up in your clutches before too long anyway.
A good point. That's a good point. I'm going to ask them, by whose authority are you manifesting on Earth? I'll ask them that.
The woman mentioned the Almighty.
Okay.
She knows not of the true might of our Lord and Master.
Okay.
Can we make...
While they're talking, Chris, let me know what I need to do, because I'm and they may be able to feel this, I don't know, but I am gonna call on the Vishanti.
Okay.
And Chris, can we make an insight check on what she said to see who she means by her Almighty?
I think that probably goes without saying. Her Almighty is certainly the Christian God, I do believe. I think that we
that's fairly
can assume that. Yeah.
Okay.
And then they talked about in challenge to that, they were referring to their boss, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Which of course would likely be, we would assume, Lucifer, but maybe,
or whatever they call him.
Yep.
What did the female say? What did the female demon say?
She didn't say anything. He was referencing Bombshell.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as she's talking, he'll like kind of mid conversation, Mr. Arcane will step forward and say, "Enough. You have no authority here, and I call on the might of the Vishanti and the power of Ashtur, and let's see. Sorry, I'm losing my momentum. By the power of the Vishanti and the might of Ashtur, this will be done." And so he casts a spell, and so what I'm doing is I'm using a spell to create.
Is that portal still there?
No,
I can't do anything about that yet.
There is a fissure behind them, yes,
okay.
But whether or not that's an actual portal at this point or not, you don't know.
Mm.
I use Ashtur's effect to create a large blue crystal around the box. That is, okay. Let me roll. I think this will be a psyche. Effectively, it's a psyche feat, but all right, which for me is amazing. All right, so this is I'll need to make a psyche feat, and if I do, then it will make a material strength of unearthly crystal around the box.
Okay.
Up to a 3-foot cube. So I will spend karma on this one. Okay. All right. So I'll bump that up to a yellow.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So you form the crystal around the Lament Configuration. This immediately draws the attention of the demon in the lead, the one with the pins in his head.
Oh, Pinhead.
And you see his hand reach out, and the chains that are kind of floating in the air and kind of suspended from the ceiling begin to jut out towards the crystal as it's forming, and it shatters the crystal. And grabs hold of the box and flings it up into the air.
Okay.
So at this point, I think you guys probably need to roll initiative.
Yeah.
And he says, as the lament box flies up into the air, I see you have made your decision. Your suffering shall be legendary, even in hell.
This guy's never danced in toe shoes. He doesn't know what he's dealing with. You want to talk about suffering?
All right, so Bombshell and Quantum Man still need to get an initiative roll there from you guys.
I'm remembering how to do that.
If you go to the
Go to the combat
encounters, the two swords crossed up in the upper
I'm
right-hand
trying to find
corner.
my window. I don't know what I did with it. There it is. Okay,
Yeah.
weird. There we are. Oh no!
No,
I've got
no.
the no can clicky again. Go ahead and roll
Oh
for me.
no! Okay, I got you.
That's right. I have to run this in Mozilla.
Alrighty.
I forgot about that.
And then let's see. Does anybody have any bonuses?
I
to
do.
their initiative?
Bombshell does not.
Mr. Arcane
+3.
is 3, and let's see. Quantum Man's +3 as well, but you got a 1, so unfortunately, a 1's a rock. You got a rock.
All right.
All right, so going in order of initiative, Lady Chrysalis is the one that acts first.
Am I the only one that has a really bad feeling about this?
No.
Okay.
We can't allow a bunch of demons to roam free.
She
Doing what they
moves underneath the Lament Configuration as it begins its trajectory back down and holds her hand up and catches it in her hand. And she looks at Mr. Arcane and points at you,
Mm-hmm.
and she beckons her finger.
Uh-oh.
And she wants you to come to her.
Oh, I'll be headed that way.
Ah, damn it! And she got a rock.
That's you get a rock and you get a rock and everybody gets a rock.
So all she does is
Pretty good
just
rock.
points at you and
Mm-hmm.
just beckons.
Do I feel like there was some effect that tried
Nope,
to?
not at all.
Okay.
She-
Not with a 1.
She just thinks you're pretty.
I mean,
You keep your hands off of him. He's a good boy.
Pinhead goes next. And we're gonna roll for him. Good God Almighty! Or good Leviathan down below.
Now this is a sign. We're doing the Lord's work, boys.
You do feel the temperature of the room drop just a little bit as he takes a few steps forward and comes about equal with Lady Chrysalis here, about a third of the way down the room. Human tank, sir, it's your turn.
Okay. This pillar that's up on the top of the thing, is that
Yep.
like it's sturdy enough to pick up and use like a baseball bat?
Oh yeah, you could probably do that.
Well, that's what I am gonna do. I am
but the
gonna
telephone
move.
pole that.
I'm gonna grab the pillar. I'm gonna get within weapon range of Lady Chrysalis, and I'm gonna make like I'm at Shibe Park, which is the park in Philadelphia that was used for baseball in the 1940s, because I looked that up.
Nice.
So that gives you about an area worth of reach on that. So
tell
that's
me,
one,
tell me
two,
where I should be
four.
roughly.
So do you see where I'm at about right there where I just pinged? That's about where you need to be right there.
Okay, and so I'm just gonna take a swing. If I can hit both Chrysalis and Pinhead, great. But mostly I'm aiming for Chrysalis because she's closest. And is that fighting or strength?
That would be
Slugfest.
yeah, that would be fighting.
Okay, my fighting is excellent. With my martial arts, it usually goes to remarkable. And because whiffing at a point like this would be so undramatic, I spend some karma. Ooh,
Ooh,
92,
nice.
Make it a red. 92
Yep.
take it up to red.
Yep. What's your strength?
My strength is incredible.
Okay.
You only need 91 to get a red with incredible.
So right at the edge, but there we go.
All
And I
right.
marked off my karma.
Let's see what this does.
So the 10 will put you there anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm putting in the
Mhm.
minimum of the 10 that I have minimum that I have to
Nice.
spend, having decreed it.
Does the box go flying?
All right, so I am going to make a strength check for her to see if she's able to keep a hold of the box.
Um,
God dang. Let's see how
so
many
would
whites
she
in a
get
row I can
slammed everywhere
roll.
by that? I'm figuring
That is
back or something.
certainly possible. Yeah, that's the next roll I'm going for here. So we're going to see if they get slammed. All right, so she's got incredible. Another white. There we go. There's a 3.
Wow.
Hey,
Jesus.
you've got
Oh.
my dice for some reason.
Oh my god.
And a yellow. So Pinhead's fine. But she goes flying and hits the wall off on the opposite side here, which is actually going to take another 10 points damage from that.
I was
There we
hoping
go.
for a double, but I'll settle for getting on base.
Okay, but Butterball goes next.
Uh-oh.
You see this big, fat, roly-poly looking dude in round spectacle shades take a couple of steps out towards human tank. And he's carrying kind of a long chain that has a hook, like scythe, on the end of it, and he swings it around in the human tank's direction. Let's see, so it's going to be incredible. Oh boy.
Oh,
boy.
This is a champion, so I can't abort to dodge, can I?
Right. Okay, so what's your armor?
I have incredible armor.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so it is a potential kill attack. So what you're going to have to do first is roll endurance.
Yeah, I'm definitely spending karma on that one.
Oh, come on.
Ooh, good thing too. Yeah.
How much do I need then to bring that up to a green?
Let's see here on the incredible. It's going to put you at 31.
Okay, so I need 20. I need 21. No, I need 20 points to make it 34. So 17 points.
Yep. Now here's the thing. You still suffer the full brunt of that attack.
My
So
armor doesn't do anything.
your armor is going to soak pretty much all but about 10 of that. So you're going to end up with about 30 points, I think, altogether. Then or no, I'm sorry. Your armor's.
You said my
40.
armor would soak all.
incredible.
So that means I take 10.
Okay, yeah, so 10 on that. But you are stunned for 1 round.
You scratched the paint job. You.
Bombshell.
Well, muttering the Lord's Prayer under her breath because she doesn't know what else to do.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah, she steps forward to kind of like put a line up here with the human tank to keep them away from Mr. Arcane, and points at Pinhead, and she'll take a break from prayer and be like, "Oh look, lots of little tiny lightning rods," and zap him. Or try, anyways.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead. Let me just look at my character sheet here. I don't know that she has a lot of karma, but I kind of feel like I want to spend karma. Let me freeform sheet. Yeah, I've got a little karma, so you know. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna spend on this. So this is gonna be a ranged attack on the remarkable column.
Eek.
Oof. Yep.
Oh.
So, how much do I have to spend on this one?
On the remarkable, you need a 36.
36. Okay.
And Pinhead says to you, "Time to play, little girl."
Uh-oh. Does that actually do anything to him?
What's the damage again?
Amazing.
All right. All right. So you light him up with that, and you see the sparks kind of just light around the pins on his face, and they continue to just spark and sputter as he speaks to you. Mr. Arcane, we go to you.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I don't know that actually bothered him. That's concerning.
All right, so I will take to the sky, kind of about a person above them, and let's see. I will concentrate our efforts because this guy seems to be the leader. He's the one who's done all the talking, and I'll invoke a bolt of bedevilment, and I'll say by the power the Vishanti have given me, we will see you driven from this plane. And I will spend karma because you can't say something like that and then fizzle. So,
Yeah.
Good thing. Good thing.
Man, the dice roller is
It is cranky
Brutal
tonight.
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
That's very.
17,
It gives a couple of sparks
it's
of
a
hope, and then
The 16.
nothing.
All right. All right. So I'll go and spend to the green. That I need 16 to get to a green. And that's like I said, it's incredible if it affects him.
And what's the effect?
It's just magical force.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it's the you did say bolt of bedevilment, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if would these. So you know, in the Marvel magic mythos, there are creatures of order and creatures of chaos.
Yeah.
Would these be considered creatures of chaos? Would
I
I
would
have any
say
idea?
I would say so. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Does that do extra to them? Or?
No.
Okay.
No, not from this.
Right.
I just didn't know whether or not he would think that some of his other spells would take effect, because it talks about some of the Vishanti's powers that were some of the effects. They specifically talk about chaotic creatures, like creatures of chaos. And so I wasn't sure. So, all right, next round I'll try something like that.
All right. The room I had mentioned before felt a little bit colder when Pinhead kind of stepped forward. Now the temperature begins to drop exponentially, and you hear the chattering of teeth coming from behind Pinhead as the being with no eyes but these large gnashing teeth begins to step forward, and as he does, this wave of cold air comes off of him. If you have endurance of remarkable or less, I need you to roll endurance for me, please.
Okay.
Remarkable or less. I think mine is remarkable.
Yep. Oops.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
All right, I got an excellent, so I guess I got to roll.
Okay. All right, so let's see, what did he get? He got a green. So Bombshell and Quantum Man. Any actions that you guys take next round are going to be at a -1 column shift.
Okay.
And actually that goes for Quantum Man, since you are up next. This action that you do and the next one that you do will be at a
Any
-1
damage from
column
that?
shift. There is a 10 points of cold damage to both of you.
So, all right.
So Quantum Man would go to you for your action at a -1 column shift.
That's coming from the chatter.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, you could feel the energy coming off of him. I think you particularly would be able to feel that.
Okay. I think I'm gonna try to make the air around him right outside of his body and encase him in a cocoon of the hottest possible energy I can think of. Plasma, basically energy.
Okay.
It's cold too. Could I roll for that?
Yep. That's under your power rank.
Okay.
But -1 column shift, remember?
So I'll use karma. I'll have to use karma then.
You're using your
Clicking right off the sheet.
there you go. 78, and then that should have been probably on the remarkable column though, right? At a -1 column shift.
It's incredible to then remarkable. Yeah.
Yep. So it was a 78. I think you're still in yellow with that. So yeah, you're still in yellow. So to get your 2 red, if you want to get up there, you need to spend up to 95.
I'll spend up to 95.
Okay.
10, 17 karma.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
All right then.
well, at least
All
it
right.
sucks for you too. Jeez.
It does, yeah.
This is
So
really good.
you see the air, that cold air that's kind of coming off of him. It's kind of coming off in this kind of foggy mist as he walks forward. All of a sudden just lights up in this bright plasma-like flame and just completely engulfs him. And he goes running in the direction of Bombshell as he is,
Oh no!
is letting out this wail as he's running. So he falls directly at your feet before he's able to actually make contact.
Well, I say, I'm trying hard to see if I remember you people, things. Can I make a reason check to see if either me or some of my other people, friends, contacts, as so to say, might have heard of them? Dreamslayer?
Yeah, you certainly can.
Maybe there's a very basic, like, rumor of them or something.
Mhm.
Oh, well, better
Eh,
than I did.
the best you can come up with is you have heard legends of the Lament Configuration and its ability to summon demons. Other than that, that's all you know.
Okay, thanks.
So we go back up to the top of the next round for Lady Chrysalis, who is not even going to bother getting up. She's on the ground, and you see her put her hand on the earth, and all of a sudden you feel the earth beneath you begin to shake.
Oh boy.
Oh, hello there.
Oh boy.
Okay. So
Uh-oh.
those of you that are in the area there of the center area, that would be Bombshell, Human Tank, and Mr. Arcane.
Except he's flying.
Oh, Mr. Arcane's flying. Okay.
Oh,
So Human Tank and Bombshell would take 40 points of damage from this earthquake that just suddenly erupts in that area beneath.
Does my
you.
steel coat help in that regard?
You could probably soak a little bit of that. I'd say you could probably take 10 points off of that.
how about my I have incredible body armor.
Yeah, and I think with since it's a part of your form, I think that you're probably okay on that. But both of you, and Human Tank, you're already unconscious, so this doesn't necessarily apply
Is
to
stun
you.
the same as unconscious?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bombshell, you're going to need to roll an endurance, please.
Okay. How much damage was that in total?
It was 40 points total, so
Okay.
subtracting 10 would be 30.
I'm taking 10, or I'm taking 10 off?
Taking
Or that's
10
the same
off.
thing because it was
Yeah.
excellent damage. Okay.
Taking 10 off, yeah.
Okay, so that brings me down to 90. All right, now I make a. Does the -1 column shift from the cold affect the endurance check that I need to make right now?
Is there still cold after Chatter got
Torched?
torched?
The effects are still in effect at this point, but at the end of this round, it'll be kaput.
Okay, so I'm making it on the excellent column then.
Yep.
Oops.
Okay, and that was your endurance there.
Yep. I forgot to spend karma.
That basically means that you get slammed.
Okay.
Now, because it's an earthquake, it's not going to necessarily send you like areas away, but it is going to certainly knock you down and back, probably towards the direction of Quantum Man, about right in there.
Okay.
Pinhead. Mr. Arcane, you are tangible, right? You're not in your astral form. Okay.
Nope. I'm very much here.
Oh, come on, Pinhead.
Wow.
The Vishanti protect me.
They do.
They do.
So you see some of the chains around you kind of reach out towards you, and they just jut past, and they move with great speed in your direction, but none of them actually make purchase.
Deflected by my magnetic field, no doubt.
Probably got about 3 chains that have blasted in front of you and 2 behind, but you should easily be able to outmaneuver them.
Evasive.
Mm-hmm. Butterball then goes next. And he is going to step in this way and take another swing and try to wrap you up in the chain, Mr. Arcane.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, come on! I need new dice.
While you're out there, while you're getting the new dice, get us some too.
Yeah.
All right, so he swings, and those chains that just came down in front of you, he gets it tangled up in those chains.
I zip around.
So we go to Bombshell next.
I am resting on my tuchus currently. Let me get back 4 hit points.
Oh, a little regeneration. Nice.
Yep. And I will elbow myself up, and I will. The chains aren't actually touching Mr. Arcane,
Correct.
but the chains are currently tangled up with Butterball.
Yes.
Ooh.
I wonder if I can get a 2-for-1 here. I am going to, again, I'm going to throw lightning at Mr. Many lightning rods in my skull.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend karma. Again, on this one. So... Uh-oh.
That's all right. I'm doing something else.
Okay. I'm like, oh no.
Just checking something here.
Okay, so my -1 column shift is gone from the cold now. Correct?
No, it is still active until the end of this round.
Okay. So that will be on the excellent column.
All right, he kind of saw that coming just a little bit and kind of sidestepped, but you still caught him.
Okay.
You did a little bit of damage to him,
All right.
but not quite as much as you did last time.
Okay, I was hoping that the tangled up chains would send a little of that
Duck a
love
little.
Butterball's way.
Yeah. These things, it's hard to tell exactly where they're coming from.
Okay. Oh, so he didn't reach out with them. They just kind of
Yeah,
showed up.
he's controlling them.
Gotcha.
Mhm. Mr. Arcane, to you, sir.
Okay. Okay, so I'll move just a little bit, and I'm going to do. I want to try and cast 2 spells,
Okay.
like the fighting feat, but instead I use I think it's my dexterity
Mm-hmm.
to. Or I'm sorry, agility. Sorry. I think it's agility.
Yep.
To do 2 spells, and so I'll spend karma on that. Okay. All
Gonna
right.
keep spending that karma.
Let's see. 10. All righty.
Gotta get her up
All
to
right.
31.
So I'll no, it's 30. It's 36.
To 36.
So yep.
yeah,
So I'll
36.
spend the 26 to get to green, and I think that just means I can still do 1. I think I have to get it. Let me find that real quick.
Yeah, I think if it's like the extra actions, then yes. Yeah.
That just keeps me from not getting a penalty, basically.
Right.
I think. Okay, so all right, so that failed, but but I'll still cast my bolt of bedevilment at Pinhead because he still seems to be the leader. So, right, all right, so I'll spend karma on this one too. It's going to be an expensive night, I can see.
All right.
All right.
And that does how much?
It does. It's incredible, and it's
Okay.
just raw magical force.
All right. So you hit him with the bolt. And it
Roaring
rocks.
green flames.
Yeah, it rocks him. And he looks up at you and he says, "Your suffering will know no bounds, magician."
You can't have my soul. It's already dedicated.
Let's see, Chatterer's down, so Quantum Man comes back to you.
So let's see. What I'm going to go over the types of damage that worked. So against Pinhead, it was the only damage, basic magical energy so far.
Magic and electricity.
Electricity, yeah.
Electricity. Energy conversion. So I guess I'll do a energy emission electrical using my energy emission.
Mm-hmm.
Just shoot a bolt of electrical, I guess electrical bolt. It wouldn't be maybe lightning, it would be, I don't know.
Okay.
Hey, get your own chick.
Well, if it's got to be electric, what can we do here? I mean, I'll zap them with friggin' arcing spark instead of lightning. How about that?
It's the same thing.
Well, then give me a better idea.
No, you're good. You're good. Go with it.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It's a little playful banter.
All right, 39, and the rank on that is incredible, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And 39, -1 column shift for you. That's still a green, so it's still a hit. Oh boy, man. We're whittling him down.
Ooh.
And you hit him, and he just... And he's hurting pretty bad at this point. So we go back up to the top to Lady Chrysalis. And I think she's going to try something a little different here.
Uh-oh.
She's had probably the most luck out of all of them so far.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Boo hiss. Boo hiss.
Mm-hmm.
There,
Uh-oh.
that's better.
Okay.
I don't like that. Nope.
That's not good.
She speaks. And she says, "Stand down, mortals." And everybody has to roll a psyche feat.
Oh boy.
Human
Right.
Tank, you're back up there, buddy.
Okay, can I spend karma when I'm not unconscious, so I can't spend karma.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend that baby. And so you said psyche.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I don't want to fail it.
Yeah, I'm gonna spin on this one.
You sure
Oh
you don't
my
mean
God!
endurance?
Ooh.
Holy moly!
Are you sure you don't mean endurance? You sure you don't want me to make an
Yep,
endurance
sure.
roll?
I'm sure about that.
Right,
Like
that's
in
20.
D&D, I was going to say, make a reflex.
4 I've got to spend.
You mean a will save, right?
Mm.
Oh, reflex.
Yeah, well said.
Woohoo!
Hey, look at
Spending
that.
karma doesn't make it red, but it'll.
Oh.
Be, I mean, I can spend 2 more and make it red, but I think yellow should be. If yellow isn't enough, I'm just gonna take my character sheet and go home.
Well,
Not
depends
enough.
on the power of the effect, I guess.
Now, Mr. Arcane and Bombshell did not spend karma, correct?
No,
I did.
I
I
spent
did.
karma.
Okay. All right,
I
so
did.
you got up to a green then.
Yeah. It's
Yes,
a
I got
green.
mine up to a green.
I gotta find
On
out
my
how
amazing.
much. I gotta find out how many points that takes.
Geo, we got to see what you got there, buddy.
I'll spend karma. Oh,
Okay, cool. All right, so you're okay. Spend your 10 and you're good.
26.
That'll make it a red if he's incredible.
It's nonsense.
Mhm.
I have an amazing psyche. Bullshit.
I gotta spend 30 points.
Uh,
Do you know how little I have? That's bullshit.
So, at this point,
Rescue some kittens.
for this round, Bombshell and Mr. Arcane, you will stand down.
Okay. There's only a green.
Yep.
What does a white mean then?
That might have been a little longer than a round.
That's a
Might have had to make
surrendering
another
just a
20
round.
feet next round.
I'll
Yeah.
be okay with just a round. I'm good with just a round.
Pinhead. Okay, so Pinhead is going to. Ooh, I'm going to apologize if this actually works, because he's pissed and desperate at this point.
Yeah.
Here goes the
Got like
roll. Then I'll
One
explain
pistol
what
attack
happens.
left.
Okay. All right. So at this point, he pulls himself up to one knee and raises his arm in an arc, and all of the chains in the room begin to swirl and then just straighten out in all directions, filling the areas that you guys are in back in here. And everybody that's in that area will take 50 points of damage
Okay.
from these chains piercing your flesh.
Does my armor apply?
Your armor will apply, yeah. So you would only take
All right.
10.
Am I force field? My
Uh,
magnetic shield?
Yeah, how much does that soak?
It is.
I think it was
Excellent.
wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
So
30
then I
for
would
you.
take 20,
30.
30.
Mhm.
Because it was 50?
50.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And is that a steel coat work on this?
Yeah, how much does that soak?
I think you said it was excellent, so 20.
All right.
So I'll take 30.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
everybody takes 50, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm not gonna.
Well, except for whatever defenses you have. So.
Oh, this is the most I've ever been hurt.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Quantum Man, you're hurting, aren't you there, buddy?
I'm not showing it, but you don't know that.
You don't know.
You don't
You
know.
don't know, Pimp.
All right, Human Tank, you're back up.
Okay. Now, was the change just a damaging effect, or they form blockages? Can I do a charge at Pinhead?
Oh,
Ooh, boy, with that being that whole area kind of filled, I would say you can still do a charge. I think you're strong enough to be able to bust through those.
javelin him with the
But you're
collar.
probably not going to be able to add to your damage as you go. But yeah, you should be able to get through them okay.
I just kind of want to. If we can get 2 of them down, then we can focus fire on the other ones. So, yeah, I'm gonna try that then. So that's endurance.
Yeah.
So I won't get a bonus, but I will be able to do the move and smash.
And you're going 4 pinhead, correct?
Yes. And I'm gonna spend some karma on this one. And a good thing. What do I
Oh my
need?
god, this dice roller! Can we reset it? This is awful.
What do I need to get past to get it up to green with incredible?
So you're looking at a 31. So 11
Okay,
points.
so
That's
just
not too
11.
bad.
Get him, Tank.
Oh my god. Okay.
Hey! Strikes again.
All right, so you just barrel through those chains and they just go ting, ping, ting as you're running through and just blast into Pinhead. And he tries to get out of the way at the last moment, but you hit him, spin him around, and then directly beneath his feet, you see the floor crack open. And a blue light is emitted from it, and hands reach out of it and grab hold of him and begin pulling him down into the abyss.
I'm gonna, I can't.
If you're like, yeah, I don't want to.
I'm like, whoa.
And Chatterer is suffering the same fate
I was
as
gonna ask,
that
when that
happens.
happened,
Yeah.
I just sort of have this. I feel like I should be jumping up and down to push him further.
Back in your
no,
hole.
no.
Are you too good for your home?
you might not want to get near those hands.
Yeah. I have typical reason, not feeble. I think I can figure that much out.
Hey.
And from behind you, human tank,
Of course.
you feel an arm come around your neck and then the other one around your waist, and you're now being pulled into Butterball.
You got to take me out for drinks before you can get handsy.
And that does amazing grappling damage to you, so you should take 10 points of damage from that. But he has you now firmly in his cold and clammy embrace.
Yeah. Gonna need some pretty good drinks.
Bombshell.
Am I standing down this turn?
Oh, you are, yeah. And
Yep.
Arcane is as well, so it goes
Out of
down
curiosity,
Yeah.
the chains, when Pinhead left, did the chains vanish?
They're still in place.
So they're still going through me?
I don't know that you necessarily got completely impaled,
Okay.
but you have been at least hooked by
Okay.
them. Yeah.
Okay. All right, yeah, she'll just be wincing and trying to recover.
All right. Quantum Man.
Okay, at this point, I think I will transform into an energy body of light.
Mm-hmm.
So, can I also make an attack action?
Yeah. Yeah, that's an automatic action, I think, for you there, as long as you say that you're doing it beforehand.
Okay, so now I am a energy body of light, and I will. I'll also shoot out a. Well, I'll wrap Lady Chrysalis in a field of plasma cocoon around her. Plasma.
Sizzle.
Should I go? Should I go ahead and roll?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Roll a karma. I'll spend karma. I say karma. Karma. I want to make sure it's not rolling. Wow. Wait a minute. Why is it not rolling? Can I keep clicking? It's gonna roll.
Are you right clicking or left clicking?
I'm left clicking unless my mouse is gone.
There you go.
There we go.
Needed some karma there. Yes.
My God.
Look at that. White, yellow, yellow, white,
Oh, man.
yellow.
And that does 40 points of damage, yes?
It's incredible.
Okay. All right, so you hit her with the electricity, And you see that she tried to jump out of the way, but you tag her just as she's mid-jump.
Hmm.
And then it actually goes back to her. And she looks at you, Quantum Man, and says one word: solidify. Oh my
Ooh.
God.
Alrighty.
So you go back to your regular mortal form.
Wow.
Okay.
There's pretty much no resisting that.
Is that an action for her?
Yeah, it's an action for her, yeah.
Okay.
So now, if you do want to roll, I don't want to completely take that away from you, but you have to match a 100. So, I mean, if you want to take the shot and see...
It's possible.
You can
It's
you
just
can
not very
certainly do
likely.
Yeah. What do you roll for that?
that. Psyche.
Psyche. Oh yeah. Nothing to lose rolling. Unless it doesn't roll. Frick, it's not.
The die roller's scared.
Yeah, my mouse must not be.
There you go.
Too bad it was 100.
It was not 100.
Yeah. All right, so you go back to your tangible form. And then we go to human tank.
Oh, I'm gonna make a note of that. So, enemies can solidify us with their solidify powers. That means technically we should be able to do the same, correct?
It was a hypnotic suggestion
The
that she
command.
was doing to you. As a
Yeah, she
command.
made you solidify.
It's a hypnotic suggestion?
Yeah.
Ah, that's what I didn't understand. Okay.
Mhm. All right, Lizard, back to you there, buddy.
Okay. Am I still grappled? Do I have to do a thing
Yeah.
to break free?
You're still grappled, so that would be a strength roll for you if you
Okay.
want to try to escape.
First, I'm going to try to do a multiple action thing, and
Okay.
that's fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And do I get my martial arts when I do that roll?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to spend some karma, because if I do a white, then it's bad. Okay. Green and 10 is, I think, is going to still be green, even for remarkable.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just take 10 off for that.
That gives you an extra.
Just want to make sure that I edit the karma as I use it, so it is not forgotten. And then I'm going to try to break free. That's going to be my first action, and that's going to be just my strength,
Yep.
or martial arts, or just raw strength.
Do you don't have wrestling or martial arts D, correct?
No, hold on. I have martial arts B.
Okay. Yep. No bonuses there.
And I'll just take my chances and roll the incredible. Woohoo!
Hey.
All right.
Respect.
So
when we're going to give him a chance to kind of resist that and see if that's enough for you to break out of that. So
better be.
yeah, it's yellow to yellow. All right, so you guys are still kind of tangled up in it.
But why does it say human tank?
Oh, because I just had you selected by accident. That's my fault.
Okay.
I was looking at something on your character sheet and just didn't click off of you.
Okay, but I'll try again the next time it comes around.
Okay. So Butterball now is.
So did he have to spend an action to keep me held?
That was like a resistance type roll, so it was
Okay.
like a strength versus strength kind of deal. That was you attempting to escape and him
And he's
just
actually
holding
stronger
on.
than me, which
Yeah.
is a little scary.
Yeah. I
Um,
didn't know that was possible.
Well,
And-
in the golden age, it is. I mean, in the modern Marvel comics, I'd be definitely a Spider-Man level super strong, but in the golden age, Incredible is pretty good.
Hmm.
he reaches up to your mouth, your jaw, and grabs that big underbite that you got.
Yeah.
And grabs hold and tries to rip down.
Ow!
Got a green. So that would be about 10 points of damage for you, 50 points total, but your armor is going to soak most of that. But he kind of dislocates your jaw just a little bit.
This is the most he's been hurt in any fight. It's starting
I think
to bother
so.
me.
Yeah.
Of course, if I didn't have 40 points of armor, I would basically be the human smear.
Bombshell.
Yeah. I'm a little worried about Tanky over there. Unfortunately, my best weapon would probably hurt him too in the current situation. So I'm hoping that Mr. Arcane and Quantum Man can help him out. I'm gonna try and take Lady Chrysalis out.
Yeah, bad idea.
Gonna narrow my eyes on her and let fly with a lightning bolt. And again, I will spend karma on this since things are getting a little concerning. So that is the one column shift is gone from the cult now.
Right.
Okay. And she will say, "Go back to hell." So I have to spend at least 10.
Nice.
So that takes it up to 87 on the remarkable.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's a red or not.
That's a possible
is-
stun.
Yeah, it's not red.
No.
Oh, okay.
You'd need
so
96.
Yeah, no.
95.
I'm just gonna spend the 10. I'm not trying to get kill results.
All right.
My karma's in bad enough shape as it is.
So she gets hit with that blast and lets out a screech. And she's kind of back down on all fours once again. But you see her look up at you and just spit daggers out of her eyes. Not literally, but...
I mean,
Wouldn't surprise me.
yeah.
Mr. Arcane.
Okay. So we still have 2 opponents. I'm going to try again for 2 spells.
Shit, I forgot to do 2 actions, yeah.
And I will spend karma. Okay.
Ooh,
There you
Sweet.
now you're
right.
talking.
There we go. So I'll spend my 10 because, of course, I have to. Let's see. Does a red do anything different? I don't think it does.
You're on the remarkable table. I mean, if we go by the same rules as multiple actions, a red would get you a total of 3.
I don't think it does. Because I think I can only do 2. I'm sorry.
That would make sense considering
I should have known.
the relative power that
Yeah.
we're talking about. Just imagine if somebody like Dormammu could bust out 3 spells in a round, you'd be in.
Yeah, I think the maximum is 2. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's all right.
You know what? We'll just let's see. Makes a red result. Okay, so 2 nice and chilling feet. Red result. He can make the limited to 1 spell. Fails. Okay, so I can do. Yes, I can. Yeah, it's 2. You can only do 2. Okay, which is fine. Totally fine. It would be unreasonable to cast more than 2 anyway. So I'll cast 2 bolts of bedevilment. 1 at Lady Chrysalis, 1 at Butterball, since they're single target. And it's not like a line or an area of effect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and hit both of them. So let's see. Let me first just 10. Okay, all right. I will. Okay, so first, Lady Chrysalis. I'll spend karma on each of these, so that'll be burning through it tonight. I'll spend to get a yellow.
Okay.
All right, so 31 on incredible. All right, so I have to spend 30 to get to a yellow, which I will, and that's incredible.
All right. So you hit her with the bolt of bedevilment, and she just bursts into that blue light from the middle of her chest. She's got that wire that goes through her mouth and into her neck, and it just opens up that wound in her neck and just splits her straight down the middle, and that light just spills out of her, and she disappears.
Okay. The same for Butterball. Right, and so that is slightly less. So that's 28 to get a yellow. So that's a yellow for him.
Okay.
All right, and again, that's incredible force damage, or incredible, magical, raw magical force.
Okay.
Release him.
Mm-hmm. And it hits. And he looks, and you can see the eyes underneath those shades just burning with this blue energy. And then we go to Quantum Man.
All right. So the hypnotic effect is over, right? I believe.
Yep.
Okay. I will just be on the safe side. Turn back into energy body.
Mm-hmm.
I'm low.
Hey.
I do have regen 6 per round.
Oh, okay. Yep. So you can heal 6 up then.
A lot, but it's something. And does Butterball have human tank and a grapple?
Yes, still in a grapple.
I will. Can we draw on this map?
Yeah, there's a way to do that. If you go over to the left-hand side and then click the drawing tools.
Is it the measurements or is it drawer?
It should be a pencil, I think.
There is no pencil.
Okay, you may not have the ability to do that. There are certain things that the GM can do that the players can't. So
I see a ruler.
Yep.
there's a ruler.
That's for
I don't know if
measuring.
you can...
Oh wait, I got a template here. Let's see. You know what I could do? Let me see if I can do this. I'm gonna do. Can you see that template?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I want to make the ground, the matter under Butterball in that square all around the human tank turn into plasma.
Okay.
So that sucker's Butterball's gotta make like a turkey and move. Right? Oh, I gotta roll for that. Hey, sounds
Make like a tree and get out of here.
all right. I'm gonna use karma, and I can roll. What is going on today? This is weird.
That's weird.
Okay.
I wonder if you just got a lag or something.
Yeah, well, my mouse is kind of getting a little bit crappy, I think, maybe too. I might have to USB port issue or something. Yeah, who knows?
All right, so you got a green there.
9. Yep.
All right, so you've given him the old hot foot. And that does 40 points of damage, yes? It's on the incredible column.
Power, yep.
Okay. All right. And then, anybody else have any extra actions?
I have one,
Okay,
which I have not taken yet.
go for it.
I was going to. Am I still being held by Butterball?
The grip is loosening.
With all the Bernie stuff, yes. So I'm still going to try to break free, and this time I am indeed spending karma. Which is a good thing I did. Will 44 kick that to a yellow?
Let's see here. On the incredible, now you got to get it up to 61.
I can't afford that much. Okay, so 10 points it is then.
All right. And since he is in the process of probably letting go, I'm going to let you have that one. So you're free.
Hey. Not like that.
And I only got one extra action, so I can't, whap him one now.
All right. And then, does anybody else have any extras?
Negative.
Okay, I'll say so. Actually, it is back to you then, human tank. So you can whap them if you want.
a whapping we will go.
Just tent peg him right into the plasma.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. There's plasma everywhere around him. I'm going to do an overhead smash. Do need to save at least some karma, so that is a remarkable check. Yellow.
Ooh,
Hey,
look at that. All right.
very respectable.
What's his agility? Oh, this is not going to be good. Oh, well, it's not that bad, but yeah, you still hit him for sure. Strength is what?
Amazing. So that'll be 50.
Isn't it
All right.
incredible?
My strength is amazing.
Oh,
My strength and endurance are amazing.
All right.
damn! I didn't know that. That's crazy.
All right, so
He doesn't
you
have much else going for him, so
smack him right on top of the head, which sends him down to one knee, which in the plasma.
no, I'm sorry. My strength and endurance are incredible. That's
Oh, it's
correct.
incredible. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I was-
So then he doesn't
My
take
I
quite
was
as much
like,
damage.
is my memory like hosed?
No, I'm saving up my XP to kick my strength up to amazing. Way to go.
Makes sense.
All right, so you send him down to one knee, and then you see the plasma just searing his leg, his lower leg and knee, to the point where his left knee just breaks off and turn the lower portion of the leg just turns to ash, and he puts one hand down to try to help crawl out of this, and now his arm is on fire as well.
Ah,
Overcooked.
And he's going to continue to try to get out of there. Oh, not going too well. And he makes it like one square away here, and he's continuing to burn as he reaches the edge of that plasma floor that he is on. Bombshell.
Turkey burn.
So the floor is lava. Sweet.
The floor is lava.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Indeed. Yeah, I'm not walking over there to punch him because
Come on.
so I will, as unimaginative as it may be, I'm gonna do the old Zeus thing and chuck a lightning bolt at him.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can forego the karma this time. We got people backing me up, and he's the last one left. So here we go. Nice,
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Didn't need it anyway.
right on.
All right, so you hit him, which causes him to roll over onto his back into the plasma. And he begins with his one good leg and both arms begins just like swimming on his back like a tipped over turtle. And he slowly just begins to seep into the plasma as it just melts him into just a pile of goo.
It's like a Terminator at the end.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, jeez.
All right. So you have now taken out the last of the Cenobites. And the Lament Configuration box just is laying just outside of the plasma floor.
Shelly's
Okay.
gonna walk over to the old column over here, and she's just gonna sit down.
Yeah, let's take a
Ah,
breather here.
owie.
I'm going
Right.
to, since I can only stay in this form a short time, I'm going to switch back to being human and probably go, ow, 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 ow.
Yeah.
Could we keep this plasma pond available for Nazis for the future?
Probably.
Why can't I move? I
Uh-oh.
move my character.
I don't know, buddy. I moved you.
Okay.
Can you move now?
Oh,
Oh,
I think
did you
it's-
click
I
on
know
something?
why, because
You gotta be on the right tool, yeah.
I'm in
Yeah.
the wrong mode. Yeah.
There you go.
No, that's a distance. Thing.
You got to be on the select tool. It's the one on the right there.
There we are. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So So seeing their death effect, where
Anyone got some
like
aspirin?
a portal opens up and they get pulled back, does that give me any insight into who or what or where they're from or anything like that?
With yeah, I'm still going off the roll that you got before.
Sure.
And that particular type of energy is alien to you.
Okay.
I mean, you would say that it's, certainly representative of some sort of infernal
Sure.
energy, maybe not magic, but something that you probably cannot even explain at this point.
Okay. No, that's totally fine. All right, so the Lament Configuration is here, the box.
Yep.
Is there still a portal or some like fissure over here?
Yeah.
With the
Still.
vanquishing of the final Cenobite, the room is now beginning to shift and kind of return to normal. So all of those little fissures that had opened up to reclaim them, and the fissure behind them are now starting to come together and heal.
Okay, so they're
as
closing.
they're moving. Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about them.
Are they totally?
Go ahead.
Sorry, are they totally closed, Dreamslayer, or are they still open for a bit?
They're closing. Is there something that you want to do as they're closing?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Can I
He
launch?
wants to go in there.
Can I send my energy doppelganger in there to investigate their origin plane?
Your doppelganger's gonna hate you.
It's energy, man.
Oh God.
Energy.
Now,
He's still got feelings.
here's a question that I have then for you. If you are separated from it, can you recall it?
I guess I'd have to look that up.
Like if it winds up on another plane, for example,
That's
like behind a closed fissure.
yeah. You know, that's a good one. I don't know the answer. That's like the question on Holy Grail. What's your favorite color?
Blue, no, green.
Oh, red.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
And I would say make a reason feat.
Okay. Because maybe I can investigate it.
I mean, Shelly's not the smartest soul in the world, but she can tell you right now that's just a bad idea. You don't want to have nothing to do with whatever the hell those things came from.
But this is for the Alliance, the Allies, the good of the Earth.
They don't need to know about that. Nobody needs to know about that.
I rolled a 93.
Okay, so with a yellow feat, you have more than likely probably sent your doppelganger on reconnaissance missions before.
Yeah.
It may have even taken damage or perhaps gotten destroyed in the process of that. But you were able, through your regenerative abilities, were able to bring it back to life.
Hot dang.
You've never sent it to another plane of existence before.
Mm-hmm.
And
Actually, not a really bad one.
the reason feat that you got is probably enough to at least forewarn you that if you send him there and you're not able to recall him, you may not be able to get it back. I'm dealing with something very similar to this in my other Marvel game right now, where I've got a character that is able to create duplicates of himself. And he actually put his character in with the other player characters, and he took off for a while. And that duplicate, his doppelganger, has gained sentience.
Oops.
And he wants to live. And the character is now coming to the realization that every time that he brings the doppelgangers back into him, he's essentially killing them every time that he does that.
Huh.
That's rough, buddy.
Well, I mean,
That's even worse than your girlfriend turning into the moon. I mean, that's rough, buddy.
You know what it says? This is interesting. It says, normally the hero can generate only one doppelganger at a time. So you generate them, right? So are they being recreated every time they're generated? Because at extremely high ranks, you can generate additional doppelgangers.
Okay. And
Well, so it's
therein comes the matter of when you create them. Since you have energy creation, you've also got matter creation and so forth.
Yeah,
Are they sentient beings?
they are. I would think of them as being like a mirror embodiment of my psyche, like a fragment, like a facet on the side of a crystal, like just a psychic facet or shard. Is what I'm trying to describe here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah.
So
I would not send a piece of my psyche to hell. Just saying.
I mean, what if you get it back? I mean, I'm just saying. Well,
Yeah,
anyway, so
I
all
mean-
this is happening in a split second.
Right.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
so the question is, what? I mean, you may not have the answer. You may just say, okay, well,
I got
on a
this is
impulsive.
Go ahead. Sorry, but I just got this idea, I guess.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Gio.
Oh no, what I was gonna say is, okay, so if it's a embodiment of the psyche, can I do a roll, like maybe a feat roll, to shed a unwanted portion of my psyche into a generated doppelganger to send on this this knowledge mission? Like
Right.
part of my psyche that, everybody's got parts of themselves they don't like maybe impatience or something like that. Try to shed something.
Wow.
Oh, this don't sound good.
Is that crazy?
I feel like we're gonna see that guy get.
Yeah, you can make a
Oh,
psyche
you
roll
kicked
for
me off?
that. Yeah.
Because if I could shed something that I don't want, then it's not a big loss.
Mhm.
And it'll be in that plane.
Well, he's giving you some rope here, Chris. Just that.
I know. I'm letting him. I'm letting him run with it if he wants to do it.
Wait a minute. Well, what does the party think then? Okay, if you guys are always thinking,
We don't have time to answer you.
That fissure is closing.
It's
If you
happening
wanna
in
get him
a split
there.
second.
all right,
It's closing.
what should I roll for that?
Well, roll the psyche first.
Psyche. I'll use karma.
There you go. Okay. All right. So you shed a portion of your psyche that you don't like, and whether it's the part that's a nervous tick or the part that flies off in anger or whatever the case may be, you split that off and you send him into the abyss. And so here's the fissure begins to close. Your doppelganger goes inside, and as soon as it closes off, the room returns to normal, returns to its normal temperature, which is cold anyway because it's snowing out, and most of these windows are broken. But it comes back to a regular temperature. When that fissure completely closes, you lose contact with the doppelganger. Just
I
immediately.
have contact while it's still closing, while it's in there.
You do, yeah. And essentially what you see is like this long hallway that's very similar to the tile floor, that you see here in the chapel itself.
Right.
So that kind of black and white tile. The walls of this particular hallway have some of the similarities of the chapel itself. It's all stonework and hand carved and has kind of a Catholic kind of feel to it. But there is a moistness and sliminess to the walls in this particular tunnel. Further down where he can see, he basically sees. It's hard to describe, and it's very, very far off in the distance. but you see what looks to be like a labyrinth, and a like an obelisk in the middle of it that has 2 points, one up top and one at the bottom, that is casting out a ray of darkness.
So a double-sided obelisk. Doesn't have a base anchored into the ground. It's floating.
Right. Yeah. I mean, in the glimpse that you get of it, yeah, it appears to be floating and rotating.
And I can't command the doppelganger to blast the obelisk into nothingness, right?
It's too far away for him to be able to do in the moments that you have.
Right.
It's
Right.
probably several miles away from the look of it.
All right. That's all I could do, right? Because now I can't. Can I recall him, or is it already closing?
Yeah, it's gone. I mean, yeah, I already said as soon as it closes, he's gone. Yeah.
I'll describe what I see to everybody. Listen up, everybody. Gather around the campfire. There is a tunnel leading into looks like some other dimensional plane. It goes on a very long time to what appears to be a labyrinth. At the other end, miles away, upon which is floating a giant double-ended obelisk, shooting out a ray of darkness.
That sounds like someplace I don't ever want to go.
I believe, though, I have much to report back to our handlers. Because think about this. If these beings are opening portals from another dimension into the Earth, that I would take that as a threat, would you not?
That's why the box is going away.
It is a threat.
And the box will solve this. Is that...
No, the box is what did it.
The box is what opens the portal.
That's it.
And I presume what could perhaps close it? I don't know.
That's another important question.
So is the box, is it metallic?
Yeah, it seems to be made of. It's a very. Have you picked it up, or are you just looking at it on the floor?
Well, no, that's why I was asking. So I cast a spell, and I use my magnetism, my energy control magnetism, to lift it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to touch it.
Mm-hmm.
But if I can use magnetism to lift it, I will.
Mm-hmm. It in and of itself is not necessarily a ferrous material.
Okay, so it's not.
It is. If you can sense, through your magnetism heft, it's a fairly heavy object for its size.
Okay.
But it has kind of a goldish quality to it. But the inlay,
so not ferrous, but
the inlay is a little bit more kind of dark and almost rusty on the inside. But the main portion that you can touch, or if you were touching it, can touch with your fingers, is a smooth gold kind of quality metal.
Okay. All right. Well, of the group of us, I'm probably the best equipped to resist it. If there's some sort of situation, so I'll float over to it, and I'll first reach out with my magnetism and realize, metallic but not ferrous, and then I'll say, okay, well, I'll collect this, and then
Don't grab it. Don't grab it.
Okay.
Mr. Arcane, can you, with your abilities, determine what type of material it is, or does it? Is there some type of magical energy that it's transmitting? And then tell me what type of what would block that. What type of material might be resistant to it? I can maybe create a container for you.
Don't we have a container for that, or do we have that just for?
You don't have it with you, but you did use
that
crystal stuff for the amulet of Pazuzu, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Well, I could. Well, now that there's no combat, I could encase it in crystal. Okay, all right. That's fair. I could insulate it and isolate it with. Let's see, I think that was from Ashtur.
And since we're out of combat, I'll, just do a hand wave over that, and you can
Okay.
certainly do that. That's not
Okay.
a problem.
Okay, so once she's caught her breath, Shelly wants to go to the fancy house where
Okay.
where the Baron and his wife were, and she's gonna get any of the the linens, blankets, and food. She's gonna find anything, coats, anything that's gonna be warm for the prisoners that are left. Get all that stuff and get the food out of there, because bringing them in there is not an option.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Good thinking.
And bundle all that up and take it to where we know Max and his folks are hiding.
Yep, and he was able to find a dormitory that fortunately had been locked up until this invasion happened from the xenomorphs, and he had about, I think, of 40 or so people with him.
Okay.
In the building where you liberated him and his companions. But there was another dormitory that held about 150.
Oh boy.
That they had barricaded the doors and were able to keep the creatures from getting in. He has since, been able to bring his folks inside. They've all hunkered down in there and have been waiting for someone to return. They're very happy to see you when you arrive. But there's all in all close to 200 prisoners of war.
So that's not.
Here.
I'm gonna have to hit the other locations, like the food stores for the soldiers and stuff. The fancy food's not gonna cut it. Okay.
And don't forget, there's also the lab
Yep.
that has the very big creature in it.
Yes. Well, one thing at a time. And now that the immediate threat's been dealt with,
burn all that down.
Yeah, probably. Is there a radio tower here in Szara Gora? Szara
Yeah,
Gora?
pretty much right in the center of the
Okay.
camp. Yes.
So, somebody should go and call in the allies.
Are we good for doing that?
Once we take care of the lab, I think. We may want to leave the house as evidence. Based on what you said about what they did, I think it will be relevant. If we capture Zemo and end up putting him up on trial, he should be held to account for these things.
For the war crimes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I definitely have to report a bunch of stuff, findings. You guys might have other stuff, but I definitely have to report on the Xenos and all that.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're definitely going to reach out. That was the plan anyways, is to reach out and contact the allies once we had secured the box and rescued the people. But yeah, I think we probably need to handle the lab.
I mean, I'm all for burning that whole thing down. They
My
seem to
only
be vulnerable to
concern
fire.
is, yeah, I'm not smart enough to make the call as to what the best thing to do is. But something tells me that if they were making these things or something, that is probably knowledge that I don't even want our side to have. You know?
Not a bad thought.
When in doubt, hit it.
Yeah, because, I mean, don't get me wrong, Happy's a great guy and all, but there's some other guys in the chain of command that are a little too gung-ho for my liking, if you know what I mean.
I don't really know anything about that.
But
I trust you.
Yeah,
I
don't trust the win at any cost, guys.
Yeah, but I trust you. I'll take your word for it. This is your arena, not mine.
Well, I don't know that that's true, but maybe closer. But yeah, I think you're probably right. There's a part of me that really just doesn't like the whole just burning a critter alive, even if it's an awful critter. I don't.
Let our managers decide that. No.
I mean, again, that puts us in a situation of then they're going to have access to. Go ahead.
Weren't like really people though. They were things.
Yeah. No, I agree. But
and when you say critters, it's not like they're like kittens or puppies.
No, that's true.
Right.
I don't know. It's alive. It just feels wrong to burn something.
What?
Alive. I wouldn't do it to a bug. You stomp on a bug. You don't burn it alive. I don't know.
But how do these Xenos reproduce? Do not forget.
Yeah, we should probably just burn it. Good point. Yep, burn the whole thing. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Jumping in.
I forgot about that.
Person.
Nope, absolutely right. That's a survival thing. Yep.
They shouldn't have to do that. I don't believe that something is not right about their reproduction method.
They probably built it to do that. Given who we're dealing with and the twisted stuff he and his missus were up to, that's probably a bonus in their book.
I mean, what is it? The praying mantis that rips off the head of its mate in preparation for reproduction. However, that is a very one exception out of millions. No.
I mean, I was hungry, but thanks.
Not now.
No. All right. Yeah, let's go. I'm sure there's got to be like diesel tanks or gas or something around here. We can just light the whole place up.
I always have thermite, my friend.
True.
Yeah, I was going to say our many talented friend here could.
Yeah. Let's go torch the lab. Let's
Okay.
do that before we get anybody with any who might have ideas for that stuff.
Right. All right. So the box has been encased in crystal,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll still carry that just in case. Hopefully, I'll have a better chance to resist if there's any sort of situation. And Bombshell has collected stuff for the people, the refugees.
And is going to collect more once we get done
Yeah.
burning the place. She'll hit the
Yeah.
Nazi barracks.
Okay. And then we'll torch the, let's see, dust off and nuke it from orbit. The big creature, I don't know that we know that that's the queen, but we for sure know it's the biggest one that we saw.
It's not good.
And then we'll use the radio?
Then we use the radio.
Okay.
Mr. Arcane, does your crystal does it block I guess arcane energies?
I mean, it is material not of this earth, not of this plane. I can't say that it for sure will block anything, but it's certainly very durable, and hopefully it will protect us until we can get this into some sort of secure storage.
Would you know if would lead or cold iron block arcane energies?
Well, I mean, cold iron is certainly the enemy of the Fae. Let's see, I think in Marvel they specifically talk about cold iron versus Fae.
That's why I mentioned it.
But I don't get the impression this is Fae. In fact, it was Don't we know that it was created here?
Yeah, it was created by a Frenchman.
By the toy maker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't get any sense that this has connection to the Fae.
Can't you scan it and see if it's given off anything?
I can try. Yeah.
Both of you. You both do energy stuff. You do the magic energy stuff.
Try.
You do the other magic, the other energy.
Yeah.
I could do a reason on energy type possibly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's try to do a quick on that.
Remarkable. Okay. Okay, well that's a green.
Karma, if it's even available.
Mystic detection.
Why did I roll twice? I only clicked once. Jeez.
Yeah. All right, so as far as energy coming off of that, to your senses, Quantum Man, it really comes across as being completely inert. It's not giving you any energy at all. the material that it's made out of. If you're looking at its molecular composition,
Yeah.
seems to be made of materials that can readily be found here on Earth.
I relate that, obviously, to everybody.
For Mr. Arcane,
Mhm.
that thing is a light with arcane energy. It has been infused with, you had mentioned chaos magic before. You've experienced chaos magic in your time of study, and you know what that feels like, and it's not a good feeling. This is worse. Whatever this is, it is unlike any chaos magic that you've felt. And it is filled with hateful, lustful, gluttony-filled evil.
Okay.
Halloween, a little bit.
Well, as I'm probably holding it, kind of conducting my examination of it, I'll probably drop it and recoil from it a bit, and
yeah, and it's in the crystal, right? You've got it encased, yes.
Yeah.
So what I think causes you to drop it is as you are focusing on it, it moves and clicks and creates a new formation inside the crystal, and that alone is enough to make you drop it.
Yeah, that'll give you the heebie-jeebies.
This is evil unlike any I have ever witnessed.
Well, it makes sense considering what it brought out.
It is infused with a very, very dark manifestation of chaos energy, which in and of itself is bad enough, but I've never seen anything like this. It's awful.
What about psyche and emotional energy, Mr. Arcane?
Well, I am no psychic, but I mean, I can tell you that it radiates powerful hatred and wickedness.
That is a big clue right there.
Well, wrap it up and lock it away so people can't get touched by it.
This is the best I can ward it.
Okay.
As for now. If I had more time, I could perhaps do something else, but I would need some help.
There's a footlocker over there. Throw it in that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing else that you don't have to look at it that way.
Yeah. At least it'll be, out of sight.
Yeah.
My guess would be, unless we can resist these negative, powerful hatred type of emotions, best not to handle them unless we have somebody with a very strong.
Well, I feel confident I can resist it. Of course, he said.
Yes.
Of course, I feel confident that I can manage this.
Okay.
I trust you.
At least until we can find a better solution. So, if anyone has to bear it, I'll be the one.
We got some prisoners to feed, so let's get to it.
All right. What are we doing with the xenomorph?
The lab is getting burned down.
Okay. All right.
So we're probably, I'm guessing,
I think we'll have the Quantum Man turn that into, I don't know, something
thermite.
bad. Yeah, something
white
bad.
phosphorus. Just turn the whole building into white phosphorus.
Well, what's the hottest? What's gonna burn the crap out? We know thermite worked.
The flames of the Faltine are the hottest thing I know of.
What is it called?
Suppose you could do that.
No.
The flames of
yeah. So that's what Mr. Arcane would say.
He said flames of Faltine is what he said.
Flames of the Faltine are the hottest thing I know. But I'm not sure that's.
But your
what about
thermite or plasma should probably do the trick.
What about Mae West? She's pretty hot.
But in a much better way. I don't know that would be helpful.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be helpful for us, but not
I
necessarily
mean,
distracting
in dispatching.
She is a bright and shining guiding star. All right. Yeah. So the plan is to light the lab up and make sure that goes to plan before shifting attention otherwhere.
Okay.
Because there's always the worry that something will creep out of the flaming ruins, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah. Let's make sure that anything that comes out of there, like campfire marshmallow, gets squished.
I will make I don't know how wide, 30, 40 foot wide plasma moat around that lab. They ain't gonna jump nowhere, to say it plainly.
Well, and we're gonna keep an eye out too, just in case.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And the creature that is bound inside there, hanging in the laboratory in its own large, secluded room, has been weakened to the point where it's really pretty much immobile anyway. So it's a fairly easy target for you guys to eliminate. So you're able to turn the building itself essentially into plasma or thermite, and it just incinerates this thing pretty much immediately. And Bombshell was concerned about perhaps causing too much pain. Well, essentially you light this thing up so fast it just immediately just emoliates, and probably doesn't even feel it.
Well, that's a small mercy. I'll take it.
Sad.
So now you are left with about 200 prisoners of war in this secluded concentration camp.
So yeah, now the real work begins.
Right.
Now we're gonna hit the Nazi barracks and their food supplies and load it up. Like maybe there's some sort of a cart or something like that I can load stuff up on and just bring it to the refugees. And we'll get where they're holed up, build a fire for them, and distribute all the blankets and jackets and food that we can, while somebody goes and radios for help. I don't know who the best person is for that. Maybe Tank.
Maybe Tank.
Since you're active duty, actual soldier.
Yep. Sounds good.
You're probably the most familiar with actual radio protocols. I can just see Shelly on the mic going, "Anybody out there?"
Yeah, I'd hand Solo that. Hey, no, we're all good here. We're all fine. No.
How are you?
How are you?
Malfunction. How are you? How are you?
Okay, I will take care of that part of it.
And Lizard, in your documents that you had received when you had initially been placed on this mission, you were given coordinates and contact information in how to reach out and contact Happy Sam Sawyer, or at least his battalion, to be able to get in touch if you were out of range. So you take the necessary steps to reach out, get a hold of one of his communications officers, and it takes a few minutes, but he's able to scrounge up Hap for you, and you get him on the horn. All right, soldier, what's sit rep?
Well, we sent a bunch of demons of the non-human kind back to hell, and now we are in a POW camp. We got prisoners, POWs. They're going to need food, shelter, and safe transport out of here.
So you've been able to liberate the camp?
Yeah, so far. We got some more burning to do. I don't want to talk too much about what we got to burn over an open channel, also because you'll think I'm Section 8. But we got 200 real, actual human beings in need here, and we got to get them out. And I don't got the logistics knowledge to do that all by myself.
Where are you at right now?
I give them the coordinates.
Oh, so you're still in the camp.
Yeah, we can't really march 200 starving, sick people over snowy terrain. I think we get a little attention.
What's the situation with the tunnel? Can we get in and out of there all right?
I missed last game,
Oh,
so
that's right. Yeah, you did.
I know.
And yeah, no, it's
Collapsed.
impassable pretty much. I mean, you might be able to get them out one by one, but it would be
Yeah,
very
that's not
difficult.
that ain't gonna happen. It's mostly rubble. Maybe one person can squeeze in or out at a time, but we're gonna have to move because sooner or later the Krauts are gonna be coming back in force.
What's the Nazi situation there right now?
I think we got them all. I mean, none of them are shooting at me right now or at my friends, so I'm pretty sure we got them cleared out. There were some
Jesus
other
Christ, son, you did some work.
there were some things here that did the work for us, if you catch my meaning. Unfortunately, they weren't. That's because the enemy of my enemy is not always my friend. Sometimes the enemy of my enemy is a literal demon.
All right, son, I'm going to take you at your word for that. Here's what we're going to do. It's probably going to take at least 24 hours to get something in motion from my end here.
I
But
think
we'll send in and
we can hold down the fort that long, I think.
we'll send in an evac team. How many prisoners did you say you had?
About 200. I didn't do a full head count, but that's kind of my estimate.
All right. Well, whatever we got to do, we're going to make it happen. You've done some excellent work there in freeing those prisoners. Now, as wonderful as that is, I need to know about the package.
I think player to GM, we do have it secured, right, Mr.
Yeah.
Arcane? Got it?
Yep.
Yeah, package is secured. The guy whose specialty is that kind of handling has got it.
All right, we'll keep that thing under wraps until we can get there. We'll send in a couple of helicopters to begin the process, and I'll send in a team to be able to manage everything. We'll get you guys out of there with the first round of POWs, and we'll reconvene here in Paris.
There were helicopters?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
World War II. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Gorski's, at least Chinook types.
Yeah, Sikorsky. Yeah.
But you guys are able to hunker down there for 24 hours and take care of the prisoners, conduct a little first aid where it's needed, and kind of heal up yourselves a little bit as well. And it does take
rescue copter. That's what we would be using probably.
Yeah, it does take about 24 hours for them to get the choppers in there, but you guys are evac'd along with probably about 20 prisoners, and they've got a team there that is going to pick up where you guys left off, and you're assured that everyone else is going to make it out all right.
Can I mention something to the team about what's here? I will say we encountered some very strange creatures, possibly genetic experiments or possibly off-world creatures is a possibility to be aware of. They reproduce by attaching to humans and basically reproducing their egg inside of the human. Very dangerous, and they seem to be reproducing faster than rabbits. We found these in the tunnels, and there was what appeared to be a mother hen here in the camp, the queen bee, so to speak, which we eliminated. Also, I mentioned Ant-Man's equipment, and well, no, actually, I'll keep that a secret because they might want to look at that equipment. I'll say there was a hunter creature that I've heard of that appeared to be hunting these unknown mutant creatures, and I'll describe how it looked. It had the crab face with the tentacles, right? It looked predator. So I'll describe that too, and the weaponry, and the chameleon shield.
We'll keep an eye out for him, sir. We appreciate the warning.
Yep. Hopefully they won't spread.
So you guys take the flight back into Paris and are brought back to the hotel where the main core team had met up the last time that you were here. And you're given about a day or so to kind of rest and relax. Hap meets you guys there at the hotel and relinquishes you of the Lament configuration and putting it in the case that was provided to him by Howard Stark. He asks you, he says, so we've got 2 out of the 3 items at this point. You guys have any ideas or any leads on what your
Somebody
next
found a
steps
picture.
may be?
Who found the picture?
I think it was me. I think I did. In the lab.
Yeah.
I think there was a picture in the lab. Right. I don't remember exactly what I saw, but
It was
I remember it had to do with it. I mean, it seemed to me like it was Madripoor. I forget exactly. I think it said that, didn't it? That
yeah,
it was...
photograph of an Asian man. On the back of the photograph, it was it had a little piece of typed out paper that was glued to the back that said Madripoor Princess Bar.
Right. So that's the only other clue that I have. I don't know where that is, but
if you didn't take it out of the lab beforehand, it probably got burned up.
yeah.
I imagine.
I imagine
probably would have grabbed
would've
that.
I
taken
would
it
think
out,
so.
but-
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
But I didn't say I did it, so
Well,
I mean-
we kind of fast forwarded through a lot of that. I'm fine
Yeah.
with that. Yeah.
all right. Then Mr. Arcane will hold up the photo.
So he takes a look at it, flips it over, looks at the information on the back, and turns it back around. And he says, "Well,
Yeah.
I know this bar. I'll tell you that.
Oh, it's that popular?
It's
I feel like Happy knows all the bars.
Okay.
it's certainly the one place in Lowtown where folks like us might actually be accepted without too much question. It's a safe place, even though it may be filled with folks from the underworld, as well as folks from the Nazi Party and folks from the Allies from time to time as well. But it's a place that people know that they can go, sit, have a drink, maybe get a little bit of information, and not be worried about fisticuffs.
So this is sort of a neutral ground?
It's a neutral ground in Madripoor, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I find it interesting to discover that the item that we are looking for is on the other side of the globe.
Well, it's a world war, ain't it?
What's the origin of this thing? It wasn't made by some French guy, was it?
You got me on that. All I know is Hitler's looking for it, and we gotta get it before he does. Now, the photograph that you got here has got some Asian fella that's toting that thing around.
What persuasion? Can you tell?
A little difficult to tell from the blurriness of the photo, but I mean, the assumption would probably be either Japanese or Chinese.
Yeah.
And in that neck of the woods, both the Japanese and Chinese have a large influence in Madripoor.
Mm. Well, we're probably gonna have to go there and nose around, I guess.
Well, I tell you what you all ought to do is catch a little bit of R&R. Let me speak with Peggy, and then we'll figure out kind of what our next move is going to need to be. But for right now, take a good rest. You've earned it. You've done some good work these last several days, and we appreciate everything that you've done, and I know those POWs do too.
Speaking of the POWs, would there be a way to stay in contact with one of them?
We could probably make some sort of arrangement.
I want to make sure that kid, Max Eisenhart, he was really helpful to our efforts there, and I feel like he could use some looking out for him. Kid's
Well, and
been
he
through a lot.
protected the rest
Yes.
of the refugees, or a large group of refugees, with some sort of power. So he is a force to be reckoned with in a very good way, I think.
And Max,
he
you
could be a
say
force
his
for
name
good.
is.
Yeah, Max Eisenhart, he said.
I'll put a call in, and we'll see if we can't figure out a good place for him where he can be safe.
But General, I can't stress it enough. There is horrible power in that box. I've never experienced anything like that. I mean, and that's after even touching the mind of the demon, of that demon itself.
We're talking about Pazuzu, yeah?
Pazuzu, yes.
So it's worse than the amulet.
Yes. By my reckoning, yes.
Well, that's good to know. We've got the amulet secured away back in the States already. This second piece is going to be bound for the same area, and we've got scientists and magicians like yourself back there analyzing the amulet, and they'll be doing the same thing to this. But you can rest assured it's going to be put in a safe place, and someplace where Hitler's not going to be able to get his greasy little paws on it.
That's good. Just make sure that nobody gets any funny ideas. There's no good that's going to come out of these.
Well, the fellow I got transporting this is somebody that I would trust with my life, so
Okay.
it'll be in good hands.
Okay.
Right. Because the things that these things do, I don't want it happening back home. And I don't want them thinking that they can, oh, not me, I can control it. And I don't think they can control it.
I don't see how anyone could hold it at bay, perhaps? Control? I cannot fathom that.
I mean, I'm just a Jersey girl, but I'll tell you that much I feel like I can safely say.
Yeah.
Well, our main goal is just locking those things up and keeping them away from the other powers. Now, on another note, I feel like I probably ought to address something. It's my understanding you all have come across a couple of other folks while you guys were liberating this camp.
Mm-hmm.
Are these trustworthy individuals?
Seem to be. Not sure where they are now, but...
Well,
Yeah,
I'll put some feelers out on them, and if they've got the free time and spare time to be able to help us out on our little mission, I would say that if this lament box that you guys just got for us is more powerful than the first, then this book might just be worse. So you might need all the help you can get. So let me put in a few calls to their superior officers, and if I can get them transferred to this unit, then I'll do so, and we'll get you some extra firepower out there in the field. How's that sound?
Great.
Sounds helpful.
You have any connections in the Canadian military?
I know some folks.
You should probably reach out and tell them that we appreciate James Howlett's assistance.
James Howlett. Huh.
Yeah.
He was up there.
Yeah.
He was a prisoner. He was a prisoner in the train on the way to Szara Gora. We freed him they had him shackled in the back of the train, and seemed to be like the prize of the. I mean, he was the only thing.
Well, he's
person.
real special. You remember.
Well,
That
there
stinky
were
little
some-
Canuck gets himself in more trouble than anybody else I know. He
Oh.
turns
He
up in the
really seemed to
strangest of
enjoy trouble.
places. Yeah.
So you know him.
Oh, I know him.
Oh.
Truth be told, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't get himself captured to do exactly what you guys just ended up doing. That was probably his ultimate goal to begin with. I know him well enough.
Well, now I feel a little silly. We made kind of a, well, not a production perhaps, but I mean certainly we did spring him, and he seemed, in retrospect, he did seem kind of annoyed that we.
I mean, he
And we
always
set him
seemed
free.
annoyed, though.
And he
Yeah,
was like,
he
all
was
right,
kinda
well, I've got to
cranky.
go and basically, kill everybody on the train. And we're like, hey, don't do that.
Yeah, it's what they call Napoleon syndrome. If you're a little guy, you tend to be really cranky.
That's funny. Nice.
So
When he
is that
says
little
that,
fur ball
Shelley
still up
looks.
on the mountain?
Last we knew, he
well.
was in the tunnels.
Fighting the creatures that we found in there, like we couldn't talk him out of it.
Well, I can tell you this. Now that you've made contact with James Hallett, you're probably going to see that little fucker again.
I see. So he has some sort of abilities too, then.
I've
Oh, yeah.
heard rumors. I haven't actually seen that part in action, but he is a spitfire on the field.
Well, we saw him in action, and he was
I mean, we saw
something
him.
else.
Powers. Well, I mean, we saw him heal.
We
Yeah, he
also
was
saw the
strong.
claws. We also saw the
Yeah.
claws.
Oh, did we? Okay. I
Yeah,
don't
he used
remember.
them on the Xenos.
Okay.
Yeah, he's something, all right.
All right, well, get some rest. You've earned it. And I'll be in touch with y'all sometime tomorrow afternoon, and we'll figure out where we're going next.
Okay. Thanks.
All right.
Right.
All right. So you guys have got a little bit of downtime. Is there anything that you guys want to do? I mean, obviously,
gee.
heal up for sure, but
Right.
We can get our endurance back?
twice. Yeah.
Okay, well, I might need to learn a spell, like a healing spell. I'll have to look and see what it would cost to learn
Good idea.
some sort of healing spell.
Oh!
Bless
Oh,
bless
bless you.
I'll look into that.
I'm looking at maybe boosting something too.
Yep. And I'll go ahead, since we're paused a little bit, I'll give you your karma for tonight's little adventure, and then we can continue on. You
Go
guys
grab
are
some noms in the meanwhile.
okay. Yep. You get 600 karma points.
Ooh.
No
All right,
stuff.
so that means. All right, so we're back at this hotel in Paris. We've just witnessed awful shit. But we did rescue a bunch of people, so that's good.
Yeah, we saw some stuff.
All right. Well, I mean, of course, after being back in civilization and we're not on constant guard, Mr. Arcane suggests, hey, perhaps we need a little time to decompress. Perhaps, I'm starting to sound like the rest of you. Perhaps we should get a drink after all of this.
I think we should go dancing.
Yeah.
You bunch of functioning alcoholics. Oh my God. Anytime we're in civilization, you're all getting hammered.
It's war. No one can face it sober.
I'll take your word for it. This is not my area.
Yes.
Generally in these battles of will, I prefer to stay focused, but I'm starting to see your point.
Is Paris is still occupied? Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are there parts like is it wholly occupied, or are there parts that are like under?
They're not necessarily like patrolling the streets.
Okay.
So, I mean, people are free to move about. There is usually a curfew, a loose curfew going on. Paris is probably a little bit more free to, roam than, some of the smaller towns. But I mean, there is a presence about. So if you guys are going about, it's probably best not to go out in uniform. Those of you that are,
Right.
uniformed soldiers.
Well, no
I
worry
think
there
Shelly
for me.
wants to. I think Shelly wants to go dancing, because, yeah. So she wants to find a place with music.
Yeah, well, I'll go listen to the music, but I don't dance. That's not my area.
We'll see about that.
Okay.
You ask around a little bit, and you're sent down the road from the hotel to a little ballroom, and it's an old-fashioned kind of ballroom, with chandeliers and really fine inlaid wood flooring and so forth. But the folks that are in here are all late teens, 20-something, youthful Parisians. And they are all there to blow off some steam. And the popular music of the day is what is playing, and it's a mixture of popular French tunes and music from the States and the USO shows. So there's a lot of big band music type playing.
She's right at home. Yep.
Swing dancing, and I mean it's a raucous party.
Right on.
In here.
That's exactly what she's looking for. She's gonna absolutely get gussied up and go dance her butt off. And see if she can lure Hank out onto the dance floor.
I am 2 left feet.
That's okay. We'll take it slow. Well, all right, maybe not on this song.
Yeah.
I think, Bombshell,
Mhm.
what I would like for you to do is make a popularity feat.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I am gonna spend karma on this because this matters to her, and I don't know where. I guess I start with 10, right?
I think you've got 10, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So rolling on the good column, and I will spend karma.
66. Okay. Mr. Arcane,
Yeah.
I would like for you to make a psyche feat.
Yeah.
Spiky feet. Okay.
All right. Her
All right.
energy and her persistence
Oh boy.
with you wears you down just enough where
She
you
wore me down.
reluctantly go out onto the dance floor with
She
her
wore me
to cut a rug.
Okay.
So now what I would like for both of you guys to do is roll an agility feat for me.
Okay. I actually have the dance talent, or I have the performer talent, so
Mhm.
I can take a column shift on this, I'm assuming.
Yep.
I will spend karma on this too, because this matters to her.
I did not spend karma on my agility.
And that is enough to get to that'll take it to a yellow with the 10.
Shelly pulls you out there and tries to kind of show you how to do some of the swing dancing moves. And you are, as you said, 2 left feet.
2 left feet.
But because of her exuberance out there on the dance floor, she does her best to try to make you look good.
Okay.
But all it really does is it draws the attention of the crowd. But she's so good at it that their attention is really drawn more to her, and you are kind of the comic relief.
Well, he at the very least, he certainly has a good time. He can't begrudge her joy, so
yeah.
that's fine.
But
So-
the good thing is that, I mean, it draws the attention of the room, and they all kind of pull out, and they're all kind of cheering you guys on, and laughing, and just having a really grand time with the two of you guys at the center of attention. Lizard and Geo, what are you guys doing while this is going on?
Are we back in some place that speaks English, or are we still pretending are we still in Nazi land?
No, there's certainly enough people here in Paris that that speak English.
Okay,
yeah.
we're in Paris, so we still have to kind of blend in, as it is still in fact occupied.
Where you are now, I mean, if you went with them to the ballroom, I don't know if you did or not, because we didn't really address that. But
I figure it's probably best to stick together. We are in hostile territory.
Yeah, if you're with them, you realize that in this particular place, this is all Parisians and no Nazis to be seen here by any
Then
stretch. So it's a
I
safe
will look
place.
for some, cherchez les femmes, as they used to say, and try to avoid getting stuck with someone who is a, quisling.
Okay.
Or worse, someone from the resistance who thinks I'm a Nazi.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to have you roll a popularity feat.
Okay, my popularity is typical. Yeah,
Oh.
I ain't doing so hot here.
Seems like the little fillies that you're walking up to, they kind of look at you and nod their head and smile, but the ones that you just happen across just don't happen to speak English.
Of course.
Geo, how about you? What are you doing?
I'm gonna use some game methodology that has worked in the past. I will look very sad and lonely, like a lonely American in Paris, and I will look at the ladies in the bar, and I'll think back, and I will. Can I make a long distance phone call to the States?
From inside occupied Paris?
I feel like that's going to be a no.
That's a good question. Would we be able to call the States?
I don't think that's a thing.
Would they have the
not back then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have to do radio, and even then,
that would be spotty at best. I mean, you could certainly send a telegram, but you would have to find somewhere that would actually, have a telegram.
So probably to get that far, you could use ham radio.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So some sort of radio, But phone lines, I don't think when did the transatlantic line get dropped in? I'm sure it wasn't in the 40s.
I don't think it was until much later.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. You're telling me in World War II they weren't able to call the States?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
That sounds a little bit wild.
Let's see. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm looking her up here.
You know what else I was going to say about that is
so this looks like in the 50s.
Got it.
It was until the 50s. It's 41, right? Is it 1941 right now?
Yeah, 41.
43.
Mm-hmm. Nope, 43. Thank you.
Oh.
I kind of forgot myself.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, 56 was the first big cable. The first actual test was in
1927.
But I mean that's how technology works. You get your first test like 20-30 years before it actually becomes a thing.
That's really strange because the first telegraph cable was laid in 1858. So
Mm-hmm.
they were able to do that in 58, and they couldn't lay another phone line on top of that.
So what is your intent? I mean, what were
To
you
call
gonna
my he's homesick, super sad, and he wants to call his ex to
okay.
kind of weep in his beer, kind of like a country song.
do?
And
You'd have to send a telegram, I think.
so, yeah, while he's at the bar, he's just going to look like a sad and lonely American, trying to look like. I've seen that work in real life many times. I had friends who would sit at a couple dances looking real sad and lonely, and they were comforted by several young ladies. So I will attempt to use that methodology while I'm in the bar, just to strike up a little bit of social conversation. So they would hopefully someone would say, "Why you look so?"
So they could send telegrams.
Mhm.
There was a telegram, but
Yeah,
there was no telephone line.
that's interesting.
Shelly will also drag the other boys out onto the floor after she wears Hank out.
Okay, all right. So, Geo, do me a
Hank's got
favor. I'm
remarkable
going to have
endurance,
you
I'm
roll
just
a popularity feat as well.
Popularity feat. Now that what do I actually roll for that? Sorry.
And you've got actually a 0, so you're gonna roll on the shift 0 column.
Whoops.
Oh,
So if you take a look at your macros down at the bottom, it's got page 1. If you hit the up arrow, it'll take you to page 2, and shift 0 is located there.
Shift 0. Shift 0. Okay.
Hey, and look at that. On shift 0, you got a green. So you pull your sad sack act.
Sad act.
And a woman sits down next to you at the bar, and she speaks English, and she says, "What is the matter with you? You look so sad over here."
We're Americans. We are lost in a strange. We are strangers in a strange land, madame. We come from very far away. We've been here a long time. We are homesick.
It is very dangerous for an American to be here right now.
Yes, it is dangerous. We take that burden upon ourselves, for we are.
We are so brave.
I didn't say brave yet, because that's kind of like bragging in it.
I know. Just give it a few more minutes.
Adventurous spirits. We are travelers and photographers. Travelers. We are explorers of the world. Me and my group from America.
Oh, that sounds very interesting.
Have you seen much of the world, madame?
No, I'm only from Paris. I do not get out very much, and especially in this time. You are very tall.
Yes, I do stand above most regular average height by a few inches. I was born with good genes. I played basketball for several years in my young.
She looks down at her legs and she says, "Oh, I like jeans too."
Do you have American blue jeans?
I do not know if these are American or not. Can you tell me? And she turns around and she shows her rump to you.
Okay, so
Some
what
of the
type
goods.
of blue jeans were Levi?
Levi, yeah.
So subtle, those Parisians.
Yes, those. I'm not sure. I think you should try some American blue jeans. They would look extraordinarily fitting on your shape.
Well, feel them. Do they feel like American blue jeans to you?
Can I make a reason check?
Sure.
I want to make sure she's not a lady of the evening.
Oh, I got you.
Because it is Paris during the war, right? And there's plenty of soldiers around. So I will make it roll.
We'll take the first one there. You got to double click. It looked like not if on the 99. You're like, no, this is just a horny teenager.
Wait a minute. How old are we here?
She's probably 19.
Listen, it's wartime.
If you had to guess.
Oh, geez. What are we at? Like our 20s? I don't even know if I picked an age.
Yeah, I don't even know if an age counts for you.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, madame, if you are interested in some American blue jeans and cigarettes, some of the finest, I know where to get them. And,
Hmm.
what would you say to trying out some of these wonderful uh, American apparel and cigarettes, the finest?
I am certainly game, but only if you dance with me first.
Yeah, get out there.
I'll go dance. If you dance with my friend Bombshell over here, come, we can all dance together. Yes, with my friends.
And she looks over at the human tank and she says, "And bring your skinny friend with you."
You skinny friend.
Uh,
Girl, you ain't got no
In
idea.
human form, I'm basically an average guy.
Yep.
So everybody's on the dance floor.
All right. So
I have won a victory.
yes, you
Yes.
have. So everybody,
Extra karma.
Could we roll to increase their popularity based on our dancing?
I am going to give you a little bit of extra popularity here.
Yay!
So whatever rank you happened to be at before, you go up to the next rank.
Hey.
So
So now I'm at
That one.
typical.
That's funny.
and you guys spend the evening, regaling the locals and whatever tales that you wish to regale them with. It doesn't necessarily have to be, towards the mission that you are, the top secret mission that you are currently on.
I'm more telling, high school shenanigans. So
Sure.
then me and my pals, we had to get back at the South Side gang, right? So, we waited in the alley there and, that sort of thing.
But you guys kind of become the talk of the evening for sure. That these Americans came in and crashed the party here at the local ballroom, and everybody.
Hopefully it doesn't get back to the local, SS.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Let them talk. What are they gonna do? Come after us?
I will try.
Yeah, I mean, that won't change anything, will it? Oh no, the Nazis are going to try and kill us.
It's Tuesday.
Or they might round up random people and say they were, collaborators and spies.
Well, we're here, so that's not gonna happen.
So you guys stay out to the wee hours of the morning and partying down with the local Parisians, and eventually end up back at the hotel and crash for the remainder of the morning at this point. Next morning, you awaken, have some breakfast down in the cafe of the hotel, and are joined by Peggy Carter and happy Sam Sawyer. And Sam says, "All right, so we've analyzed this photo, and we are unable to determine the identity of this fella that was carrying around that book, but since we know this was most likely the last location that this thing was seen, I think it would be prudent to at least take a visit to the Princess Bar in Madripoor.
Okay.
If you're unfamiliar with the territory, the Principality of Madripoor is an island that's located in Southeast Asia, in the southern portion of the Strait of Malacca, southwest of Singapore. Its capital and single largest city is Madripoor, which is divided between the wealthy area that's known as High Town and the impoverished, crime-ridden Low Town.
Okay.
These two areas represent the extreme social inequality in Madripoor. It's often described as the place for the very rich and the very poor. There's really very little in between. Madripoor was once a haven for pirates, a tradition that's somewhat continued today with all the rampant lawlessness that goes on there. And to add insult to injury, the Principality does not allow other nations to extradite criminals, so it has become a hotbed of criminal activity and a haven for international criminals hiding from the law. Despite all of this, or maybe because of it, Madripoor is one of the business capitals of the Pacific Rim. These days, Lowtown is still the abyss when it comes to vice and degradation. Nothing's sacred and no act is too profane. In a lot of ways, it's the same today as it was 1,000 years ago, as far removed from modern civilization and sensibilities as a body can get. There are no rules there. Anything goes, provided you can pay the price. Your contact, our informant, is the owner and operator of the Princess Bar. Her name's Seraph. Now, the Princess Bar serves as a bit of an oasis of elegance and style, kind of in direct contrast to its surroundings. Frightened by Lowtown's dangerous reputation, tourists normally avoid the Princess Bar after dark. At night, the Princess Bar becomes a gathering place for local residents from both Hightown and Lowtown, as well as a place for the rich and denizens of the underworld to do their business. The Princess Bar is also a fine restaurant, so you can get some food while you're there. But Seraph is a little, well, for lack of a better word, midget. But she's an operative working with MI6, providing information on Axis activities in the region. Now, despite her appearance, she's a force to be reckoned with. She's a woman who commands respect from all parties who enter her establishment, so I expect you all to be on your best behavior when you get there.
Of course, General.
Okay, so get to the princess, meet up with Sarah, try not to piss her off, and don't get tangled up in all of the mess that is there.
Well, if you gotta get tangled up for tracking down that book, then do what you gotta do, but don't get tangled up into any mess at that bar. You're gonna make me look bad.
Okay.
Well, we wouldn't want that.
Also, don't make you look bad, got it.
We can arrange transport for you. You're going to have to take a plane over to the States and then jump from there over to Shanghai. And then from Shanghai, it's just about 45 minutes by plane.
Okay. Alrighty.
But we can get you in there. We'll send word to Seraph to know that she's expecting you. But if anybody in that town is going to know about a strange Asian fella walking around with a book with a face on it, it'd probably be her.
Alrighty.
Okay.
What's the local language?
Mandarin.
Okay. So maybe you can do that thing that you did last time, Hank?
Yes, I sure will.
There's
Cool.
plenty of English-speaking folks around there, too, so...
Okay, good. Alrighty. Well, that's exciting. Off on another world trip.
I had no idea that this would involve all of this. But I'm still happy to help. So.
I'm not surprised.
Well, you've certainly proven yourself out there and your service to your country, and we appreciate the work that you're doing.
I'm mostly happy that we were able to save all those people in that camp. Those conditions were awful. I mean, if folks back here could see even a couple of pictures of what those monsters were doing to those people, I feel like wouldn't have any need for a draft.
Exactly.
Geez, those creatures, those demons.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that none of our boys have to go up against those. Hopefully we cleared all that out.
Well, if they
Well,
do,
Not to mention the Nazi experimentation with those
Yeah.
Yeah, I know something about that.
tentacled
right? Yeah.
creatures.
Yeah.
well, as far as I'm concerned, there's stories that are going to be told of you, gentlemen and lady, for generations to come. At this point, this is the first major camp like that has been liberated, and for a small team of individuals that were just thrown together on a whim, that's some pretty impressive shit in my book.
Well, we had some help.
And we work really well together. I'm just saying.
We
We're
do.
quite a team.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Been a fun time in a way.
Well, it ain't over yet. I'll see you
Yeah.
guys at the airport at 7 p.m. tonight.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna get a good night's sleep.
Can
Or
we
try.
can we do any advances? Try to do some.
To advance the characters.
Yep.
Yeah, we can do that. We'll call it for tonight. And
You
then
got
if
enough
you want
karma to manage that? I'm only halfway to my goal of raising up my strength, and that's taken, all the games so far.
That's because your strength is already big.
Yeah. See, now if you started with feeble, you've been able to increase it several
Oh
times.
yeah, you'd have done it 3 or 4 times by now.
But yeah, anybody that wants to hang out for a little bit and rank up some stats, we can certainly do that. So I got the time.
I'd like to do.
I will. I'm still saving my XP, so I will head off. Thank you once again for an excellent
Yeah.
game.
All right,
See
you
you, buddy.
bet. Have a
Good
good
to
night,
see
there,
you, Lizard.
Glad you're
Glad
here.
you were with us.
Glad I can remember this time.
You're forgiven.
This is the entirety of my socialization, so
I know that feeling.